Are you ready to learn how completely releasing the external world can give you not fragments of what you desire, but everything at once? How the disappearance of the familiar self becomes the shortest path to total inner fulfillment and a completely different quality of life? This is not motivational rhetoric, it's a precise roadmap capable of pulling you out of the endless mode of struggle and into a space of pure creation and deep peace. If right now you feel that your life is constant tension and resistance, write in the comments, "I am ready to let go to receive everything." Feel this moment as a challenge. Decide whether you want to keep exhausting yourself or step into the unknown but authentic power. Prepare for a radical shift in perception, a point after which returning to the old rules becomes impossible. Everything begins with dismantling one of the most persistent illusions society has implanted, the belief that without struggle there is no movement forward. Look honestly at your life. If you live in constant tension, if every day feels like another battle with circumstances, with people, or with your own thoughts, you are automatically activating the oldest survival mechanism. Your nervous system enters fight or flight mode. This is not a metaphor, it is a precise biological process. In this state, the body, psyche, and chemistry reorganize exclusively for survival. All the energy meant for growth, restoration, inspiration, and creating a new reality is redirected toward maintaining an exhausting internal conflict. You are protecting yourself from a threat that, most of the time, exists only in your imagination. Understand this. Stress is not just an unpleasant feeling, it is a systematic theft of your life force. Your heart speeds up, your muscles tighten, your brain becomes overloaded with a hormonal storm that drains you step by step. And the most destructive consequence, you lose connection with the source. When you fight, you believe that reality can only be changed through direct pressure on matter. You try to control people, events, circumstances, as if pushing the world with sheer willpower. You operate within the logic of crude physics, relying solely on your five senses. You see a problem and try to reshape it based on limited perception. But the truth is different. The more you resist what you want to eliminate, the more energy you give it. Struggle amplifies the object of struggle. You become a prisoner of the idea that every achievement requires proportional effort. This is a direct path to exhaustion, not to freedom or abundance. Your external reality is a reflection of your internal state. Trying to endlessly fix the reflection only distorts the source even more. You cannot outrun your shadow while staring only at it. Stop trying to prove your righteousness to the world. Step out of the roles of victim and warrior. Your true purpose is not resistance, but flow, acceptance, and creation. Right now, you can take the first real step. Release the identity of the eternal fighter. Declare inner amnesty to the fears that kept you in constant tension. Unclench your inner fists. Feel how the energy wasted on struggle returns to your center. This energy is not meant for battles, it is meant for attraction, for magnetism, for becoming a force that doesn't push reality, but shapes it through presence. The solution is not more action, but a different state of being. The struggle is over. You are stepping out from under the laws of depletion. Your body becomes a space of growth, not an arena of conflict. Simply by ceasing to resist, you activate your creative potential. Replace "I must fight" with "I allow energy to flow through me." This is the first key. It opens the door to a world where your main task is to be light, not a weapon. Now we approach the subtlest trap, your analytical mind. It is not an enemy, but a misguided protector. Its only goal is safety, and it is convinced that safety is possible only through total control. It whispers, "You must foresee everything. Everything must go exactly this way." It forces you to replay negative scenarios, scanning reality for threats instead of opportunities. This is the illusion of control. You think that by holding possible failures in your mind, you prevent them. In reality, you program them. You direct your creative energy not toward building the future, but toward repeating the past. The desire to control every aspect of life is not strength, it is fear. When you cling to the specific way your desire must manifest, you trap yourself in old patterns. You try to fit the infinite into the frame of the familiar. It's like holding a steering wheel while sitting on a speeding train, creating only internal resistance. True letting go is not passivity, it is an act of highest trust. It is a clear declaration: here is my intention, here is my vision, and I release the need to dictate to the universe how it must unfold. You step out of the state of I must and into the state of I allow. You stop being the bottleneck of your dream. You become the channel. How many times has life tried to give you more than you could imagine, but your need for control didn't allow it to happen? How many doors have you missed because you were staring only at one? Control is a closed system. Surrender is the simultaneous opening of all possibilities. Your task is to set the intention and fill it with an elevated emotion. Everything else is not your job. By letting go of control, you reclaim lightness and joy. You stop trying to save yourself because a force greater than you is already at work. The mind will resist. Answer it with calm. Trust becomes your new instrument. Now you are ready for the next level, the state where intention and emotion merge. To create a reality not tied to the past, you must enter coherence. Your mind forms a clear intention, your heart fills it with energy. An elevated emotion, gratitude, joy, inspiration, is the feeling of the future before it manifests. You feel the future as if it is already here. When thought and feeling resonate in unison, you become a quantum creator. This state rewrites the laws of ordinary reality. This is where true creation begins. The brain and heart synchronize and begin to function as a single, ultra-powerful broadcasting center. When the heart generates a strong, coherent electromagnetic field, it aligns, structures, and amplifies the field of the brain, the field that carries your intention. Thought stops being an abstraction. It becomes charged with power. Your prayer, your inner request, turns into magnetic energy that attracts circumstances, people, situations, and everything needed to materialize the future you have chosen. To access the energy that exists beyond the physical body, the quantum field, you must pass through a special gateway, the state of nobody, nothing, nowhere, and no time. This is surrender in its highest form. You must temporarily stop being who you believe yourself to be. Release the roles of mother, father, leader, employee. Release your name, age, social labels. You become nobody, pure possibility. You must temporarily stop being something defined, removing your focus from the body and the objects around you. In this state, you become nothing. You must also temporarily stop being in a specific place. By releasing the sense of space, the room, the house, the city, you become nowhere. And most importantly, you step beyond time. You stop replaying the past and projecting the future, remaining instead in an expanded, full present moment. You become beyond time. In this state, having released your familiar, limited physical identity, you turn into pure consciousness, pure energy. You leave the mode of struggle and enter the mode of complete connection. Now you no longer spend energy maintaining the old personality, old problems, and old emotional reactions. All that energy is freed and becomes available for creation. You don't just think about a new future, you become it. You literally begin to vibrate at the frequency of your new reality. This is a radical, profound act of changing your energetic signature. By stepping beyond the body, environment, and time, you gain direct access to the source of all energy. You immerse yourself in an ocean of infinite possibilities, where Newtonian laws, linear cause and effect logic, and equal effort principles no longer apply. Here, quantum principles operate. Thought combined with emotion forms reality. Your intention, amplified by a powerful emotional charge, becomes a direct command to the universe, and this command is fulfilled because you have removed the main obstacle, your former limited self. You will not try to enter coherence, you will enter it. You will not try to become pure consciousness, you will become it. Your task now is to trust the energy you are creating. This is not just a meditative practice, this is an activation at the deepest quantum level. Stay in this state, breathe this renewed energy, feel how it rewrites your inner code, and prepare for the final, most thrilling stage of surrender, embracing the great, overwhelming unknown. You have entered the state of pure consciousness and activated deep coherence between the heart and the brain. You have sent your energetic signal into the universe. Now you face the greatest test and the greatest gift, accepting the unknown. Your former controlling mind hated this state. For it, the unknown meant danger, chaos, and failure. It craved predictability because only predictability felt safe, even if that predictability meant repeating the same unhappiness. But now you are no longer that person. You are a quantum creator. And for you, the unknown becomes a symbol of infinite possibility.
You must learn to feel comfortable in this space of uncertainty, to fall in love with the state where anything is possible, where the future is not a mechanical continuation of the past. Stop trying to predict how exactly everything should unfold. Stop replaying scenarios of manifestation. Release the linear cause and effect plan, because any plan you create is a limitation. Your task is to stop forecasting and learn to expect without anxiety. This is the essence of allowing. Allowing is not indifference, it is deep inner peace. It is the knowing in every cell. I have done my part. I have formed the intention. I have activated the emotion. I have stepped out of struggle. Now, everything is in the hands of a higher force. You are not striving for the result, you are awaiting a miracle. You are not waiting in tension, you are waiting in gratitude. You already feel complete, and this expectation without anxiety becomes the most powerful magnet. Anxiety is a sign of returning to struggle and control, an attempt to force the quantum field to obey. Calm is the signal of trust. It is an invitation to the universe. Surprise me. Do it better than I could imagine. In the state of allowing, you open access to the most optimal paths of manifestation, not your paths, but the universe's. How do you know you're moving correctly? Through synchronicities. These are small and large confirmations from the universe that you are in the flow. Unexpected encounters, sudden calls, the right article, opportunities appearing out of nowhere. These are not coincidences. They are the quantum field responding to your new frequency. They are proof that surrender has happened. Every synchronicity is a yes from the universe. A sign, keep going. Reality is already forming. Now you no longer seek external proof in order to believe. You believe, and the world begins to rearrange itself to confirm it. In the state of allowing, you permit yourself to be amazed. You release responsibility for the mechanism of manifestation, keeping only one task, maintaining a high vibration. Take a deep breath and feel how uncertainty becomes your new home. There is no need to know. There is only the need to be. Be nobody so the universe can create everything. Leave the old identity in the past. It was only a construct that kept you limited. Now you are free. Your strength is in softness. Your power is in trust. Ahead lies the final step, stabilizing this state and transitioning into active life in the flow, where actions arise not from need, but from inspiration and freedom. We have reached the final point, and simultaneously, the beginning. You have left the mode of struggle and scarcity. You have entered the state of surrender and abundance. You became nobody in order to receive everything. Now your task is to anchor this state and make it your default way of living. Life in the flow is not passive waiting, it is active action born from inspiration. When you are in coherence, peace, and trust, the universe begins sending you ideas, intuitive impulses, and nudges toward action. These are not the actions you once took out of fear, need, or control. These are actions born from joy, ease, and deep certainty. Feel the difference. Before, you acted to get the result. Now, you act because you already feel it. Your actions become a dance, not a battle. When an intuitive impulse comes, act immediately, without analysis, doubt, or delay. Trust this knowing that comes from the field, from your limitless self. Your higher self is guiding you, and its impulses always lead to the greatest growth and the fastest manifestation of your intention. Your life becomes a continuous cycle. Intention, thought, emotion, heart, surrender, release of control, peace, expectation without anxiety, synchronicities, inspired action, materialization. When the desired manifests, you don't cling to it out of fear of losing it. Instead, you use success as fuel. Every manifestation confirms your power and inspires an even greater intention. You are constantly expanding. You are constantly creating. You become a magnet for everything you choose. Your past, your old self, your fears are nothing but memories of who you no longer are. You are pure consciousness that has taken form and realized its infinite power. You surrendered to the world in order to transcend it. Surrender turned out not to be weakness, but the highest expression of strength. You released the limited power of the ego to gain the boundless power of spirit. Make the decision right now. I am no longer returning to struggle. I choose allowing, joy, and comfort in the unknown. My life is a chain of miracles confirmed by synchronicities. Your strength is in softness. Your power is in trust. You do not seek the light, you become it, and the world begins to move reflecting your inner state. Rise, act, create. But do it not from tension, from deep, unshakable peace. This is your new life.